Hello, welcome to the new patch, and this one is a big one, but sadly it doesn't really add much in terms of content. It just adds new stuff in terms of how to play the game and of course new characters. So let's begin with the additions. We have 3 new Bastion contracts, which basically mean, I'll not go into the detail, basically mean you will have more Bastion contracts, because in order to have the Bastion contract you needed a Bastion contract, so that's why you didn't get a lot of Bastion contracts, if that makes sense. So now you basically have an equal number of all of the 3 dungeons, and 3 new Bastion conditions, which will probably be interesting and hard to predict. And they also added numerous new room templates to the Bastions, which are interesting. They also added the big chemistry stuff, doesn't really matter. They also added one new condition to the Catacomb, which is again a modifier that might prove very difficult for certain classes to, finish. Also overhaul the Brigand faction to make their tier progression more gradual and visually distinguishable. Yeah, I think the problem was that the Brigands really didn't look like much, so now you have the Guards basically, and the Brigands will look differently. Is it worth it? Not really, it just is modifying a few things here and there. So they added 30 new Brigand types, and they look like Brigands, but some of them look like, proper Guards, the final tiers. I don't understand why they keep reworking the same old characters. They need to introduce more content. Like the factions they promised, like the sewer creatures and the other stuff that was in the Kickstarter. Anyway, 11 new Brigand abilities, which again, looks like the Brigands will be able to throw stuff at you, including caltrops, fire bombs and some other stuff. And they reworked each character's perk, and we'll speak about them in a minute, but first of all we'll speak about the other changes. 55 new weapons and armor pieces, and 17 of them are uniques. So basically the developers added about 30 new armor and weapons. It seems like it's mostly weapons, to be honest. And the weapons look like they are intermediate and endgame. So basically we have new endgame weapons, but also new intermediate grade ones. I see two-handed maces, one-handed maces, some axes, a few bows, a crossbow, and spears or halberds. Also a few new shields, look kinda funny. New rare hunting trophies, Gallon liver, wolf tongue, moose kidney, troll gland, and boar tusks. They also added 3 new dishes, taiga, rasolnik, gulon liver in apples, glazed wolf tongue, and replaced the giant rats with rat swarms. I don't really remember when we had rats. There are also bird nest in trees with lootable eggs. So they added rats. A small neutral animal similar to crabs, seaweed to the beaches that can replace vegetables in certain cooking recipes. Interesting, so more vegetables on the beach. New plant lavender, owls to the woods, and new caravan animations to Leaf and Varen. And they also did a DLC that basically adds 3 new characters, the ones you're seeing right now. Now balance wise, they significantly increase the duration of most dish effects, which was the reason why nobody was cooking. I guess that's great. Increase the experience granted for killing most enemies, which is great because unless you played with a mage, you had 0 chance of reaching max level in a few weeks. You would reach it in months if you didn't play consistently every day. A new stat, what? Abilities energy cost. Ability energy cost. Skill energy cost and spell energy cost. Again, this is for the later parts of the game, I will not even begin to explain it. Expanded the range of the backfire chance, it can now go into negative values. Well, goodbye mages that use the lot of spells. Caltrops do more damage when thrown and no longer break when hitting the target directly. Reduce the amount of miasma intoxication that you gain, okay, that's good. Blind demand. Range damage will now drop the remaining ammunition if they have any left upon death. Meh. Reduce the negative impact of followers and install caravan upgrades on fodder consumption. We had negative impact of followers on the caravan. Meh. Reduce the base price of fodder. Reduce the amount of fodder received from most ingredients. Oh no, now we have to buy the fodder instead of crafting it. That's going to be very bad. Oh boy. Reduce the base repopulation time for distant dungeons by 4 days. I guess it's good if you're in the endgame. And some other stuff here and there. Quality of life fixes, not much over there, to be honest. The update is more related to the new heroes. And they also reworked the abilities of all of the other characters. So now, Velmi starts with Great Vengeance. Killing mini bonus replenishes morale and sanity. If it's a mini boss within vision, it applies all enemies in the vision. Plus 1.5 damage taken for each mini boss kill for the... So basically all of the enemies in sight, including the bosses or the mini bosses, can take 30% more damage. And you also gain an experience modifier. Which is very nice. If I remember correctly, I'd say there are about 5 mini bosses for each dungeon type, and with 3 dungeon types that's about... I don't know. Let's just say you have 30% more experience, which is nice, but it's not really anything game changing. But you gain 2 stat points for each killed boss. We have 2 bosses. We have the Troll and the Manticore, and we'll have another one soon, I guess. Which is a lot more important, because this means in the end game, Velmir will be much stronger. Grim. Butchering will give you can butcher mini bosses and it will give you a trophy. Plus you have more reward and more reputation from a contract, which is nice because it adds up over time. Basically every 10 contract you solve, you get rewards for another one. Also it grants 1 stat point plus 2 weapon damage for every 3 trophies delivered for the first time up to 5 times. Yeah, so basically he gets 5 stat points, he gets 4. Interesting. Yeah, so 5 stat points is very important. Also you get experience gain if you kill enemies and the effect can stack 10 times. Which means your game is really about the gore and glory right now, which is this is perfect for these 2 characters. Arna the Maiden Knight. I think she's a little weaker. Each enemy within vision increase the range of heroes per 5 chance to trigger second win. So I guess she's happy. Oh, and killing dangerous enemies grants additional experience, so yeah, she feels like a knight. That's good. Dear win, Ranger's Grit. That's the game would make a halt already rare. Butchering has a chance to harvest spells regardless of the damage used. Use the chance and you gain also extra experience for the hunting grounds. 1 ability point and 1 stat point for every 3 ability points invested into the survival tree. So I guess, kinda funny. You have to invest probably 9 points into the tree because you will get basically 3 of them back and you also get 3 stat points. I guess it's interesting because all of them seem to have some way to gain more stat points, except for her, but she has other things that she will be much easier to use in clearing dungeons and longer dungeons. Fiona is basically the same, but now she gets 5% power of the corresponding school and... okay. Let me explain this, because I had to think a lot about it. So basically you have, let's say, lightning, you have 4 tomes, there's 20% more power because you only get the power from the school that has the tomes. So even if you have all of the tomes from all of the magical schools, you only get the bonus for the 4 tomes max, so that's 20% power. And miracle potency is not miracle chance, it's potency, so even if you have, let's say, 10 books, it will be 50% more miracle damage or miracle potency. Minus 1% backfire chance for each magical treatise. Yeah, I guess she still needs to read a lot of magical treaties, and then she gets the experience for the sorcery trees points. Which is great in a way, because that means she'll... well, I guess it's not that good as I... she's a bit nerfed, but she's also a bit buffed, depends on how you think. Now the 3 new characters. We have this guy, I guess let's start with Hilda, because we'll play with Leosthenes. What a weird name. By the way, this counts as a DLC. She's a dwarf, female, and she has no beard. Monster Slayer, it's actually pretty interesting because you start the game with a bone charm that allows the character to sacrifice special hunting trophies. Sacrifice grants the bone charm various bonuses that can be further empowered by killing respective animals and beastly bosses. Interesting. Level increases the threshold for activating negative effects. Basically, she'll get less negative effects, and I'm not sure how big the bonuses can be, but that sounds really interesting. So she's basically a hunter of wild animals. Oh, here, this guy is an elf with a beard, which is interesting. I guess the dwarves have better beards than the elves, so that's something they can be proud of. Lifelong journey. This is also pretty interesting because if you visit a location, you get a bonus to experience. Sadly, it's not that much because if you visit 100 location, it's of 30%. I don't know. This one is a little bit weird because it seems like you would need more. Activate vigor the first time visiting a location for the nighttime dungeon. Again, this is a useless bonus because you don't really visit a lot of locations for the first time a lot of times. It's only once, right? Then he gets 1 ability point for each 6 ability points invested into an ability tree, no more than once per tree. Basically, he'll get a max of, I would say, 3 ability points, which is not much, but hey, at least he gets something. Human Nishta. I think that kind of like the... How should I put it? Kind of like the Eastern European medieval people. I guess that's the best way to describe it, with furs and stuff, and yeah, a bit of a rugged people, might and magic. And I'll play with him because I like the idea of a spell sword or a hybrid build. Uses weapons and magic. Gets magic power for each ability. So basically he gets magic power if he has stuff in the weaponry trees, or weapon damage for the sorcery one. So I guess he'll have to be a lightning mage with some geomancy. He will destroy a lot of stuff. I kind of like the idea. You also get some stuff if you invest abilities into utility trees. So yeah, you have utility, weapons and sorcery trees. We'll pick him.
Is that so?
Actually, let's pick everyone else so we can see what they start with. Because the starting stuff is very different now. Bone charm. Oh, 3 bonuses. That's very interesting. Also, as a big note, apparently Velmir, no, not Velmir, Jorgrim the Butcherer of mini-bosses, he can harvest the heads, the hands, the fingers, the ears, the fangs, the hands, the claws, creepy stuff like that from the bosses, or the mini-bosses, and it actually... They have pictures for that, which is kind of scary. Oh, Hilda's amulet. Accuracy and physical resistance. This is a great amulet. Not bad. I'll not do that for all of the heroes. I just want to do it for these 3 because they are new and interesting.
Is that... You can...
Oh, the elf will probably have elven stuff on him. Oh, that's actually quite nice boots. Interesting, so he has basically an elven robe, which is very good. Also, they changed some of the item design. Look at how should I put it, how detailed the coin purse looks right now. I guess you can sell the elven mod for a nice price. Anyway, doesn't really matter. I guess the boots are very nice with the dodge chance starting so nicely. Okay, now let's start with Keter. By the way, I'm not sure how long I should play this. I should do the let's play through. I guess I'll play at least 3 episodes so you can see how the new character
So here
is
I am.
and how the new dungeons are.
Is that so? So here we go. You can also...
Okay, let's see with what he starts off with. Oh, he starts with an Neyreyan flame flask. Interesting. He starts with less gold. Of course, the map. Everyone has the map. Interesting that he starts with a little less gold, but he also has a healing potion. Interesting. So he starts actually pretty well equipped. The doublet, it only has 2 protection, but it has counter chance. Oh, and he also has braces, which is kind of annoying because I wanted to buy the better braces, but I guess we'll have to play with them heavy war club. I guess utility, if I put 10 points into utility, that would be 20 max health and 20 energy. Interesting. Well, I guess we'll have to play with two-handed maces. If I remember correctly, they were a bit bugged. Mighty swing. Interesting, I like the idea. Let's play with this stuff. Okay, let's play like this. Yeah, this is so nice. I mean, this is what the game needed. Can I disable the tutorials? No. Let's listen to what he has to say for the 100th time. Also, I'm playing with the what's it called, the cheat engine, so I can speed up the game a lot more. Otherwise, we'll be stuck here for such a long time. Okay, let's get our first quest and then I don't know. I'll see what else I can get. What gear can I buy for this guy? Seems like the cheat engine is kind of reducing FPS a little bit. Okay, tell me about my contract, tell me what should I expect. I guess we should have read it a little carefully, but it's okay. I mean, he seems to have the best start with a flask, healing potion and some other stuff. Some more would be nice as well. Yeah, I'll not do those boring quests, I'll just play the game as it is for as long as I can. So he starts with a pretty good weapon. I never played big club build. Interesting. Stun chance 6, so that's an 10% chance to stun. I don't remember the peasant long flail being in the game. I will take it. Okay, next order of business, I need some medicine. Well, that should be enough for our first dungeon, right? Oh boy. This is definitely not enough money. Why can I not sell anything to him? Or why can I not sell anything from this? Might be something related to some other stuff, okay. Let's just go to the crypt and finish the crypt, and like I said, I'll do more videos if people want to see more of the game. If not, I'll do only 3 episodes. Because this is not the big patch I was expecting. I was expecting new locations, new content, new stuff, I don't know, maybe alchemy or some new upgrades for the caravan. I don't really feel like doing all of the caravan stuff over and over again. 100 HP and 104 energy, that's not bad. Those are the new eggs. This guy hits like a wall of bricks. We just get the bird eggs, which we have to cook apparently. I'm not sure if you get more experience. Looking at the experience, 40 seems like the normal amount I would get. Okay, so we can cook the eggs, right? Fried the eggs, right? It works, right? Oh. It works, that's amazing. Wait, why is this the restless crypt? Well, I guess there's a bit of a bug. This is not the restless crypt whatsoever, it's a question. Oh no, I forgot to buy more splints. Well, actually I forgot to buy any splint. Okay, that's enough. Well, to be honest, I like agility a lot because of the counter chances. So the minus to fumble. Well, let me look at the skill tree, because if you're playing like this could be your biggest mistake. So that's agility, strength. So I should probably invest strength. Yeah, let's put stuff into strength. I forgot to buy my lockpicks. Anyway, there's nothing interesting in here usually. The keys are the boss, in case you're wondering. Yeah, they made an update that messed something up. It's fun to play this character, at least in the beginning. We really need more stuff, to be honest. That's kind of funny. You just one-shot everyone or two-shot. Oh, that's not a good trade, taking damage for an extra strong hit. That's only for knockback. I guess keep incoming will be super useful for the future. Yeah, it's harder to time it than I thought. Wait a minute. So I can just, you know, read the captured hostage and leave? Yeah, I forgot to buy a lot of stuff, to be honest. I forgot to buy the crowbar and other stuff. Oh wait, there is stuff in the skeletons? Oh man, I feel stupid because I didn't bring any lockpicks or crowbars. Well, the point was to showcase more of the game, not really play as I would normally play. Wait a minute, that's the best way to see if the enemy is close or not. If you can hit them with the swing, that means the enemy is too close for the mighty swing. If not, you use the mighty swing. This is kind of nice. Okay, I will take that net. Keep it for the boss. Well, that's going to be a problem. The fumbles. I guess it's better not to try. Yeah, I can see his HP becoming a problem. Talk about glass cannons, this guy cannot take a hit. Oof, those fumbles hurt more than I thought. Okay, so let's remember that I have backup plan. Huh. So he deals a lot of damage, but he has a big tendency to miss stuff. You are almost out of food. Yeah, I should have not forgotten about the other stuff. I'm just enjoying the game. It's been a while since I played it, and I'm looking at it and saying, yeah, this is fun, but also not very fun. Wait, where is the boss? This is weird. I'm just searching for the boss game. He's lurking. He might be lurking too good because I cannot find him. Oh, okay, I see a door over there. Can't help. What? How did we do that? I'm not sure how we did that, but I'm not going to complain. This has got to be the easiest boss kill, the easiest first dungeon I've seen in a very long time. I guess you just kill the boss. But he has the nice chair. Yeah. Well, technically I have to come back with a lockpick and a crowbar and loot the entire dungeon and also, you know, disarm all of the traps. Because they give a lot of experience. I don't know, in a way this seemed a little too easy, but in another way this seemed decent in terms of difficulty. Okay, so the game still has a few bugs, but yeah, it's a nice experience. See you next time, bye bye.